Good morning everyone, welcome to Lost Phoenix Gaming, my home of tips, tricks, guides and tunes for Forza Horizon. I'm having a look at Old Habits Die Hard, vintage racers. You get the Koenigsegg Regera, or however you pronounce it for this one. Astmore Heritage Circuit, Broadway Village Circuit and Ambleside Village Circuit are your events for this one. Okay, not ideal, but I'm going to need to change the difficulty up, set it to highly skilled, and I'm going to put traction on and I'm going to put stability on as well. So let's get loaded into this. Remember, if you like this stuff, if you like Forza, hit the like button, hit subscribe, so I post a lot of this stuff. Car wise, I've got the Type D Auto Union or the Napier Railton. The Napier Railton is an absolute trash car. It is absolutely terrible. It should just go straight in the bin. This Auto Union is awesome, and yes, it's 10 million, but so are all the other ones you can use for this. But you can pick this up for about 1.4 million on the auction right now. So definitely, if you haven't got it, get it. And it does come out of wheel spins quite often as well, I find. So I've got my tune for that one. It's a rear wheel drive. We're at Astmore Heritage Circuit, and yeah, it's looking at the settings on this one. I'm going to drop the stability on because I didn't do it before. I was going to do it and I didn't. So I'm going to drop stability on because it's rear wheel. And these things are pretty slidey at the best of times. So pulling away, you can see it trying to snake a little bit. But going round here, you've got quite a few of these. You've got the Maserati there. That's a nice car, but it's actually quite expensive when it is on auction as well. And to be fair, you can't really tune it up as well as you can the Auto Union. So going past these guys, sliding it around quite a lot. I'm trying to drive a bit more sensibly, you know, because I'm trying to sort of challenge myself a bit, not to sort of like just bomb it all the time. But into 5th place, quite a few of these Auto Unions. What we got at the front, we've got some Railtons, which is completely funny because there's no way in hell Railtons are competitive with this. Trust me, I've tried. This video is a bit of a compilation because I actually did this event and I thought, you know what, this car's a bit expensive. I don't really want to recommend it unless I need it. And there you go, those Railtons gone completely off. And these are the driver tar cars, the highly skilled drivers. They can't even control them, although they're definitely faster than they are in reality. So I went off and I did a couple of these events in a tuned up Railton. And it's an absolute nightmare, impossible to control, and absolutely no power. It was terrible, and I was going, you know what, I'm going to just give up with it. It's a completely trash car. It's one of those where, looking at this championship, you need this vintage racer. And this is a really good car anyway, this Auto Union. Well, it's a precursor to Audi, isn't it? Because that's where the rings come from, the logo comes from. That's how Audi got its logo. But this is a good car, and you can use this twice this week. Once for this championship with this B-class tune on it, and I've put an A-class tune together for use with the Forza farm, the weekly one. So it's a bit of a double hitter really, because you can use this car twice, and for 1 million credits it actually is worth having if you haven't got it already, because it does come in useful every time they bring these slightly dodgy vintage racer championships out. So I'm round here, I'm in first. This is a bit, yeah, it's a bit slidey, a bit snaky. All the fire coming out the back there, slowly does it. You can tell I'm trying to do this a little bit more properly, but I think I've picked the wrong race to sort of attempt this in a way, but you know, it works alright. It's alright. Coming up towards the end of the second lap, you've got a third lap now, and that's the final one. Completely misjudged that one into the barrier, never good. And just keep going with it really. It's definitely the best choice. I had to play around with the Maserati, which is very respectable, but it's also about 2 to 3 times as much on auction as this one is. And you can't actually tune it up as highly anyway. This one is really nice. And this is why I've sort of gone for this. And I think this is a bit of a trend, this series, because I've looked at a couple of things, you know, what the requirements are. And there are some which require pretty expensive cars. And I think I've got a solution to a couple of rows, but you know, when you get stuff like that, it does sort of like put new players out a bit, because a lot of you guys might be watching this going, I've just picked this up off Steam, you know, I've just got through the roster and I'm into the game. What do I do? How do I afford that car? How does that work? And I think that it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit of a slap in the face in a way for new players, because you've put all this stuff in this season which requires you to have expensive cars, but that's a first place finish. That was alright, that's respectable, no real sort of worries on that, and I don't believe in Napier Railton being anywhere near competitive in second or third place on this, because in my experience it's not. So back into the map, that was the cut, Broadway Village Circuit. Continue on with this, particular do the Type D. You can see that the Maserati appeared because I tested that, and I also tested the Napier between those two events, and I've just come back to the Auto Union. So Broadway Village Circuit start event. Yeah, I haven't gone for the Ambleside one because I hate it. I genuinely hate that circuit. That's my least favourite in the whole game. I hate it. So I've left it to last, knowing that if I do well in the first two, the pressure's definitely off on me. There's a lot of these Auto Unions, slow it down. Yeah, that's a bit of carnage on that corner, but I've managed to get into fifth. I still don't believe that these Napiers are actually competitive. You are dodgy, you're trying to ram me off the road. And I definitely think these driver tires are getting more aggressive. And yeah, I'm hitting barriers and stuff like this because I'm just trying to get to the front. Once I get to the front, I sort of calm down a little bit and go, you know what, take pressure's off a little bit. Give it a drift round. That was alright. I definitely need to get, and you've gone completely off there. Look behind me, and everybody's losing it on that corner. Every single car has gone round and smacked that corner. That's dodgy. That is a really dodgy corner when the highly skilled driver tires can't take it. And they're glued to their racing lines, and they slide off. And again, that Railton back there is just smacking into everything. When the driver tires can't control the cars, yeah, that shows they're just bad cars. Give it a little bit of brake, carefully does it. I'm not going to mess it up on this one, and that was alright. I'm happy with that, that's okay. Round here, a bit more sensible driving, because the thing is, Horizon is an arcade game. Horizon isn't a sim racer. I know you can do manual gearing and all different stuff like this and whatnot, you know, and use your clutch and stuff, and use wheels and all this. But it's not a sim racer. It isn't. To me, this is an arcade game. The motorsport series are like a weird line between sim racing and, I don't know really, just, you know, more serious racing. Because this, I don't know, always seems to be a bit of a mess about on Horizon. It seems to be more of a fun, just have a mad one arcade game. Whereas a motorsport series is more about what I'd call proper technical racing. I wouldn't call Horizon technical racing because I don't think it is. A lot of people might disagree with me, and that's fair enough. But that's my opinion. It's sort of the casual side and the less casual side of the Forza franchise. And this is definitely on the more casual side. Third lap, I'm doing alright, first place, little jitter here on the video for some reason. Sometimes it does that. I'm not exactly sure why, it just does it. It doesn't spike any processor usage or video card usage or anything, but it does lag sometimes. So I've taken that corner alright. And just keep going. This is the last bit. And get a victory on here, and it means that I only have to get second on the next one, which is just as well, because I think I might struggle to even get that, because that is a difficult circuit. But this is a line now, through the line, first place, job's a good one, can't get any better than that. Fantastic. And Auto Union Type D in second as well, a couple of Maseratis. The Railtons are totally down the back end because they cannot take corners. They're terrible. They're horrid little cars. They're probably my least favourite car in the game. The inevitable Ambleside Village Circuit. This is one of those I'm just going, oh, I'm not looking forward to this. So let's just do it, right? This is the last one. Ambleside Village Circuit. Old habits die hard. Auto Union. Let's get loaded in. And just go from there, really. Ambleside Village Circuit. Righty. Let's start the event. Let's get into it. Onto the line. Go, 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 go. Spinning it a bit there because it's rear wheel. Past that Railton. Little nudge there. This is where I am going to be dodgy. This is where I'm going to smack into things, use every advantage I can get to get myself to at least second place, because if I don't, I'm not going to win this championship. And this is a really difficult circuit. These guys are going around on their racing lines, although I expect the Railtons to spin out at some point because, well, that's what they do. Going wide again. Yeah, I'm just battling for second here. And to that barrier, oh bloody hell, like fourth place, third place, I need second. I'm going to give up at this point, trying to beat that Auto Union in first. It isn't going to happen. They're driving around perfectly attached to their racing lines. No problems. I'm not. I'm having mega issues here. Carefully does it. Yep, the Railtons spun out and hit a wall. And that's the first lap coming to an end now. I'm still in third place. This is not good enough. This is genuinely not good enough. So give you a little nudge into a barrier. Right, pull it off the barrier. Come on. Try and stable it up. Try and do it. Give you a little nudge again. And you're trying to push me over. And I've got second place. First place, Auto Union's totally gone. And now I'm just battling now to keep second. And this is the one where I'm going, yeah, I'm just, screw it, right? I'm just being dodgy. I'm just going to just get into second and just do what I can to actually stay there, because otherwise there's no way I'm going to get anything on this done otherwise. Being a bit careful on that, taking out all the shrubberies, all the plant pots. Around there, yeah, that Auto Union's gone. There's no chance of even seeing them. Round this corner, that's alright. Let's just go. There you go, they've just gone through the line. I'm through the line, right. Give it some braking a little bit, try and skid it a little bit, try and drift it round. And yeah, this is, ooh, I hate this. I absolutely hate this. Every time I see this come up on an event, I'm just thinking, oh no, I'm going to absolutely hate this stuff. And I don't like it. The other events are right. And to be fair, this Auto Union's handling this really well. It's better than I expected it to be. But this is definitely a battle. So when you do this stuff, you have to win the championships. So that's 2 wins and a second place, which ultimately means that for the first 2 I needed to win them, and that's why I was pushing to win them, because I knew this one I'd be just totally screwed. And this is literally the best I can do on this. Smack the wall, never good. Pull away quickly. And I have got a little bit of a gap between myself and that Railton, so that's alright. So you're through the line, and I've taken second place. So, okay, fair enough. That gives me the points I need. It's not perfect, it's not ideal, but in the circumstance, it's the only way I see it playing out. But I've got 56 points, which gets me the championship completion above the other Auto Union. Old habits die hard. Completed. Bing, bing, bing. Different levels of completion for that one. And what do we get first again? The Koenigsegg Regera, which could be useful in the future when you've got that Koenigsegg street racing thing. And that's that, guys. If you like what I'm doing, hit the like button, hit subscribe, because I put loads of Forza content out, and hopefully this has been interesting, been useful to you guys. And until next time, thank you for watching, take it easy and happy driving.